Ready to embark on the grand adventure of expat life in Switzerland? Here's your first and foremost tip: master the art of precision punctuality. When it comes to Swiss life, punctuality isn't just a virtue, it's an art form, a way of life, a dance where everyone knows the steps. Picture it as a symphony, where every ticking second is a note, and each minute is a harmonious melody. The Swiss are the conductors of this time orchestra, always in sync with the rhythm of the clock. In Swiss culture, arriving on time means arriving early. A dinner invite for 7 p.m., show up at 6:45, a business meeting scheduled for 9, be there for 8:50, late? Never. That's akin to forgetting your lines on the opening night of a theater performance. So whether it's a casual brunch or a crucial job interview, remember, being late is not an option. In Switzerland, the clock is king, and punctuality, its queen. So remember, in Switzerland, TikTok is the rhythm of life. And always remember your number one rule: punctuality. Next, let's crack the Swiss smile code. Now, you may have heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words, but in Switzerland, smiles speak the loudest. A Swiss smile is a versatile tool, a universal remote that operates on a frequency all its own. It can signal anything from a warm greeting to a polite reprimand. Consider this as your tip. You're in a bustling Swiss supermarket, and you accidentally jump the queue. Suddenly you feel a tap on your shoulder and you turn around to meet a pair of twinkling eyes and a slight upward twitch of the lips. That's the Swiss way saying, "Excuse me, but you've just cut in line." Then for the grand tip number 2, pay extra attention here. The Swiss smile in response to a compliment. It's a quiet, reserved, but genuinely pleased expression that seems to say, "Why, thank you, that's very kind of you." So keep practicing those smiles, and soon you'll speak volumes without uttering a word. Marching towards our magical number 3 tip, Swiss neutrality in social situations. When engaging in conversation with your fresh Swiss comrades, visualize yourself as a diplomat. The Swiss have a strong passion for neutrality that expands beyond their politics and seeps into their everyday chats. It's all about fostering harmony and sidestepping potentially controversial topics. So, if you find yourself sliding into a debate on the most recent burning topic, take a detour and bring the discussion to safer territories. You might also catch the word interesting flying around quite frequently. This is the Swiss style of a courteous nod, a method of recognizing your point, but not necessarily agreeing with it. So the next occasion you're deep into a conversation and your Swiss pal says interesting, don't dig too deep into it. It's purely their way of keeping the conversation tranquil. Bear in mind, in Switzerland, interesting is the supreme conversation peacemaker. Now let's talk about the Swiss weather roller coaster. Just as Switzerland is known for its precision watches and delectable chocolates, it's equally famous for its unpredictable weather. Imagine a day starting with bright sunshine, soon replaced by a drizzle, then a sudden snowfall, and voila, it's back to sunshine again. Quite an adventure, isn't it? This weather roulette not only adds a dash of excitement to your day, but also tests your resilience. So here's your survival kit. First, an umbrella for those surprise showers. Second, sunglasses for the glorious sunshine. Third, a snow shovel for the occasional snowfall. And fourth, and not to forget, yes, a swimsuit for that unexpected heat wave. These make up the Fantastic Four of Swiss weather survival, and all these go into your daily backpack. You see, Swiss weather isn't just a weather, it's a daily surprise package. It's a conversation starter. It's an adventure. So pack wisely and embrace the meteorological surprises that Switzerland has in store. Scene script. Tip number 5. The Zen of Commuting by Bicycle. Just imagine this. Switzerland, a paradise for cyclists, where the hustle and bustle of rush hour is dominated by immaculately dressed individuals confidently pedaling their bicycles. The Swiss, they adore their bicycles and navigate them with a grace that could easily outshine a Tour de France champion. You could be caught off guard, finding yourself outpaced by a businesswoman in high heels en route to an executive meeting, or a gentleman in a bowler hat casually zipping past while engrossed in the day's newspaper. A spectacle to be seen, ladies and gentlemen. Yet, it's not merely about transitioning from point A to point B. No, cycling in Switzerland is comparable to a meditative experience. It's about the sensation of wind passing through your hair, the solid earth beneath your rotating wheels, and the steady pulsation of your heart. It's about serenity in the midst of disorder. So become a part of this two-wheel extravaganza and pedal your route towards enlightenment. Next up, Swiss neutrality in wardrobe choices. When it comes to dressing to impress in Switzerland, neutrality is the key. In this land of precision and subtlety, the fashion norms are no exception. But don't be fooled, neutral doesn't have to mean boring. Think of it as a canvas, a base upon which you can build your own unique style. Grays, blues, and browns may dominate the Swiss fashion scene, but these colors offer a timeless elegance, a quiet sophistication that speaks volumes. Now pay attention to this, as this is the 6th tip, and it's important. They're the perfect backdrop for a pop of color, an interesting texture, or a statement piece. Remember, in Switzerland, less is more. Over-the-top flamboyant outfits might turn heads, but for all the wrong reasons. Instead, aim for a look that's chic, understated, and effortlessly stylish. So embrace the Swiss wardrobe essentials and you'll fit right in. So dive into a sea of grays, blues, and browns and become a Swiss fashion diplomat. Welcome to the grandeur of number 7, the lucky charm, the divine digit, the one that often signifies completion. Are you ready for a treat? Entering the sweet paradise with our 7th, yes, our magnificent 7th tip, chocolate fondue fountain magic. Picture this, a river of velvety chocolate cascading majestically from a towering fountain. This is not merely dessert, far from it, it's a performance, a spectacle that'll have your guests at the edge of their seats, all thanks to the magic of the number 7. Now imagine a platter of dipping delights. Juicy strawberries, plump marshmallows, bite-sized pieces of cake, and crisp apple slices, all waiting to be swathed in a warm chocolate embrace. But don't limit yourself. Get creative with your dippables. Pretzels for a sweet and salty twist maybe, or chunks of banana for a tropical flair. The beauty is, there are no rules. It's an interactive dessert that encourages playfulness and experimentation. So with tip number 7, elevate your dessert game and leave your guests absolutely awestruck with a fondue fountain. Advancing to our 8th, yes, our one and only number 8 culinary adventure, Raclette Revelry. Now just picture a snug night in, where the warmth emanates not just from the delightful company, but also from the radiant glow of mini heaters. This, my friends, is the unique essence of hosting a raclette night. Please don't mistake it for your run-of-the-mill cheese on toast. Oh no, it's a hands-on communal dining experience. Visualize this, a majestic wheel of cheese, slowly succumbing to the heat, the tantalizing aroma seeping through the room. Everyone, one by one, in their turns, scrapes the gooey goodness onto their plates, creating a delightful symphony of sizzling sounds and satisfied sighs. It's not merely a meal, it's a shared, harmonious experience, a golden opportunity to bond over the simple pleasure of melted cheese. You're not just dishing out food, you're serving up memories. So, heat up those mini heaters and let your home transform into a bubbling cauldron of flavor and laughter. Tip number 9, Candlelit fondue stargazing. Paint this in your mind. A serene Swiss night sky, the twinkling stars overhead, a gentle breeze whispering through the trees, and there you are, absorbed in the soft, warm glow of shimmering candlelight, a bubbling pot of delicious, creamy fondue before you. This isn't simply about pleasing your taste buds, it's about crafting an experience, developing a bond with nature, with the universe, and with the culinary tradition of Switzerland. Think about the velvety cheese, rich and smooth, as you dip crusty bread chunks, the flavors magnifying under the wide-open sky. The stars, distant spectators of your gastronomic adventure, sprinkle a touch of magic to the evening. It's a symphony of sensory delights, a celebration of simplicity and sophistication. So surrender to the romance, set up your fondue station under the canopy of the stars, and let the universe be the spectator of your culinary masterpiece. And finally, here we are at our 10th and last tip. Hike like not a tourist. The Swiss Alps are a hiker's paradise, with their stunning landscapes and well-marked trails. But remember, in Switzerland, hiking is less about reaching the summit and more about savoring journey. Swiss hiking culture is steeped in the philosophy of leisurely exploration. It's not about who can reach the peak the fastest or who can clock the most miles. The Swiss way is to take it slow, pause, and soak in the breathtaking vistas every now and then. Don't be surprised if you see locals setting up picnics in the middle of a hike, or stopping for a luxurious lunch at a mountainside restaurant. Yes, heard that right. Restaurants. Some Swiss trails even have them nestled in the most scenic spots. So tip number 10, strap on those hiking boots, channel your inner mountain goat, and conquer those trails with style.